Hello people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is actually gonna be the second part of the last video that we made on our channel, and as you can see in CapCut we've already edited all this part of the video, and you can find the first part of this video by clicking right here or by heading to the description. So here is what we are working with at the moment.
Okay, and then how many subscribers do you got?
Subscribers I have 81,000 right now.
81,000 people that are paying $5 a month.
So as you can see, all this part of the video, the outro, is not edited yet. We're gonna focus on this part in this video. So what I've done at the moment is just added a little zoom, as you can see right here. It is just a simple zoom by adding two keyframes, one at the start and one at the end. And I've played with the size and the position of our layer right here. So as you can see, I've imported this layer right here that is a really cool effect. I'm gonna just cut slightly the start of the video, and I'm gonna cut the end right here. What I'm gonna do next is make sure to select our layer right here. I'm gonna go to cutout, chroma key, and I'm gonna click on the color picker right here, choose the green color, and I'm gonna increase the strength. But as you can see, our layer right here is now hiding our character. So what I'm gonna do is select our layer right here, and I'm gonna press Alt and drag our layer to duplicate it. I'm gonna make sure that our top layer right here is muted. I'm gonna click on it, go to audio, and put the volume to 0. I'm gonna make sure it's still selected. I'm gonna go to video, cutout, and auto cutout. And now as you can see,
People that are paying $5 a month.
our layer right here is behind our character. I'm gonna make a few adjustments to our layer right here. So I'm gonna make it bigger, and I'm gonna drag it a little bit down. I'm gonna give it a slight rotation by clicking on it, selecting it, and go into video basic and increasing the rotate right here. And I'm gonna go to effects on the top right here, go to my favorites, and drag in the play pendulum effect. I'm gonna reduce the twist and the strength. So here is what we're working with at the moment.
People that are paying $5 a month.
So right here, when our interviewer says 81,000, I'm gonna add a little text. So I'm gonna go to text, add text, and drag in the default text. I'm gonna make sure it is shorter, and I'm gonna type in 81,000. I'm gonna select it and change the font. I'm gonna go with the resolve font right here. I'm gonna make it bigger, and I'm gonna drag it to the top of the screen. I'm gonna change the color by clicking on color right here and go into the color picker and choosing his outfit as a reference to keep our colors coherent. And I'm gonna add a little stroke. I'm gonna make it white. I'm gonna add a little glow, reduce the intensity, and add a little shadow. Next, make sure that your text is selected. Go to animation, and I'm gonna go with a simple ink print right here. So here's what we're working with at the moment.
81,000 people that are paying.
But as you can see in these frames right here, our text is on top of our layer right here. So what I'm gonna do is select our text, press Alt G to make it a compound layer. I'm gonna drag it a little bit down, and I'm gonna select our text compound layer right here and go make sure that it is behind our layer. So I'm gonna choose layer number 1. And there you go. So next we're gonna illustrate right here on our layer on the top right here when he says that people pays $5 each month. So what I've done is imported two icons, one representing people and one representing money. So I'm gonna drag the anonymous people icon right here. Make sure it isn't too long, so I'm gonna cut it right here. I'm gonna reduce the size. I'm gonna give it a slight rotation and put it right here. I'm gonna do the same with our money icon right here. I'm gonna make sure it cuts at the end of our video. I'm gonna make it smaller, give it a slight rotation as well, and drag it on top right here. Next, let's add some animation to our icons. So I'm gonna select them and go to effects and play pendulum effect. But now as you can see, once we added our pendulum effect, our icon get cut on the top and on the bottom. So to fix that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off your effect, and we're gonna right click and make it a compound clip, or you can press Alt G. We're gonna do that with both our layers. And now as you can see, when we drag in our play pendulum effect, it's fixed. Let's reduce the twist and the strength. Let's do the same with our money icon, reduce the twist and the strength. And now I'm gonna add some appearing animation to both our icons. So I'm gonna start with the people icon animation. We're gonna select our compound layer. We're gonna go to animation, and I'm gonna go with a simple slide in effect. I'm gonna go and do the same with our top layer right here, the money icon layer. I'm gonna select it and go with slide left effect. So as you can see, here is what we are working with at the moment.
81,000 people that are paying $5 a month.
Last thing that I want to add is add a money explosion right here once he speaks about money. So I'm going to add our green screen money explosion right here and drag it between the two bottom layers. I'm going to make sure it fits on our screen. I'm going to go to cutout, chroma key, color picker, and choose the green color. I'm going to increase the strength, and I'm going to increase the shadow as well. And I'm going to make sure it is selected and go to video, basic, and make sure that it is behind our character. So I'm gonna go for layer number 1, and I'm gonna go to video, basic, and reduce the opacity. The last detail that I want to add is select our money layer right here, go to adjustment, go to curves, and I'm gonna make sure that our money is green. So I'm gonna play with the green curve right here. So here you go.
81,000 people that are paying $5 a month.
So now that we are done with our video, let's move to a very important step, which is adding sound effects to our video. So by joining our Discord, you will get access to all our assets, including our sound effects. So let's go to the start of our video, and we're gonna start with the sound effects of our text appearing right here and our money dropping. So I'm gonna start by importing our holographic sound effect right here. I'm gonna cut the start because we don't need it at the moment. I'm gonna drag it to the start of the video. I'm gonna make sure to turn the volume a little bit down. Let's see how it sounds at the moment.
Okay, and then how many?
It's a little bit too loud for me, so I'm gonna drag it a little bit further. I'm gonna duplicate it by dragging and holding Alt, because actually there is two texts appearing. Next, I'm gonna add the sound for our money dropping right here. So I'm gonna add a cash register sound effect. I'm gonna reduce the volume. Let's see how it sounds at the moment.
Okay, and then how many subscribers do you have?
So right here, when the camera moves, I want to add a whoosh sound effect. So I'm gonna import our whoosh right here. As you can see, it's a bit too long, so what I'm gonna do is just keep the first one. I'm gonna cut right here and make sure that it is not too loud. I'm gonna make sure it matches our video right here, so I'm gonna drag it right here. Let's see how it sounds. It's coming a little bit too early, so I'm gonna drag it a little bit forward. Let's see how it looks. So right here, when he says 81,000, I'm gonna add another holographic sound effect. So I'm gonna just duplicate this one by holding Alt and dragging right here. Let's see how it sounds for the moment.
81,000.
And as you can see, we have some people cheering up. So what I'm gonna do is just drag in our crowd effect right here. I'm gonna cut the start because we don't need it at the moment. I'm gonna make sure that it matches the start of our animation. I'm gonna turn the volume a little bit down, and I'm gonna cut it once the animation ends. I'm gonna add a fade out to make it a little bit smooth. Let's see how it looks.
81,000.
81.
Let's reduce a little bit more of the volume. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer so that it cuts more smoothly.
81,000.
81,000.
So here, as you can see, the camera moves once again. So I'm gonna duplicate our whoosh sound effect right here. Let's see how it sounds.
81,000.
81,000.
And right here where our paper animation appears, we have a sound effect for that. I'm gonna drag it right here. I'm gonna reduce the volume. As you can see, it's a little bit too long for our animation, so I'm gonna reduce the length and add a fade out so that it cuts out smoothly. Let's hear what we're working with at the moment.
1,000 people that.
Yeah, perfect. I'm just gonna turn up a little bit of the volume so that we can hear it.
1,000 people that.
So the last thing that I want to do is add some sound effects for our icons appearing. So I'm gonna drag in our whoosh. I'm gonna go with this one right here. I'm gonna go to where our animation starts, and I'm gonna drag our sound effect right here. Again, we're gonna bring our volume down.
People that are paying.
And as for our money icon right here, we're just gonna duplicate our sound effect.
People that are paying $5.
So after adding all our sound effect, here's what we are working with.
Okay, and then how many subscribers do you have?
Subscribers I have 81,000.
81,000 people that are paying $5 a month.
So there you go guys, that was it for our today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you are very welcome in the comments. Don't forget to join our Discord, which you can find in the first link in the description, where you can actually chat with other video editors and get access to all our assets. So yeah, thank you guys and see you on the next one.